Season 47, war number 8, and we are up against DD13. And this time my team will be Silk, Nick Fury and Lady D. I will be taking Path 4 in Section 1, Path 2 in Section 2, then I will be taking that Domino and Bullseye mini-bosses along with the Silk boss, using Silk once again. Now these aren't really paths that I usually take, but the matchups I have today are not exactly too difficult to take with the team that I'm bringing in. Starting off here we have a Kitty Pryde on the steady build up Fury and running on Fumes nodes, and I am taking the fight with Lady D. Now Lady D isn't exactly the greatest counter to Kitty Pryde, simply due to the fact that she can't remove or prevent her from gaining those prowesses. So basically the only way to deal with that is by baiting and blocking Kitty Pryde's specials to make her consume them herself. That basically means that if I get unlucky crit RNG on my path by landing a ton of crits, she can start phasing early on, and then if the AI is annoying, she might be somewhat difficult to deal with. But so far I have landed barely any crits, if any, and yeah, Kitty Pryde is just melting at this point. A special 2 here, still no crits whatsoever, and she's down to around 20%. Few more combo hits into a striker, and the fight is essentially over in roughly 50 seconds. Now that's not exactly a scary node placement at all. However, due to the permanent Fury buff on Kitty Pryde there, it can be scary if she gets a ton of prowess that you can't get rid of. Either way, next up here we have a Mangog on the steady build up Fury and long distance relationship node, and I'm taking this fight with Silk. Originally my plan was to just do the special 3 rotation, but at this point, looking at Mangog's health bar, I figured that wouldn't be necessary, and I will just go ahead and throw my special 2 here instead, and that will be enough to shut this guy down. Fight took around 30 seconds, Silk is essentially at full health, and it was an extremely simple fight. The weaknesses can stack up there quite quickly if you're unlucky, which hurts your damage output by quite a bit, but even then, Mangog is pretty much just a pushover if you're using Silk anyways. Then next up we have a Sasquatch here on the personal space placebo and centrifuge knockdown nodes, and I will be taking this fight with Silk as well. And now for this matchup I decided to put on an invulnerability boost, just in case Sassy's power gain got out of control due to the buffs that I will be getting from the nodes. The placebo nodes stacked up quite a bit faster than I expected, and now the furies from me knocking him down, they triggered MD and pushed him to a special 3, which is safe, at least to start with due to the invulnerability boost that I used, but this wasn't really part of the plan. Now, it is fine, it triggers Sassy's Wrath of Tanarak, making him stun immune. However, that actually works out in my favor here in this specific matchup. As soon as I get to my special 3, I can now throw it after the Wrath has ended, and there is no risk of Sassy triggering the Wrath during the special 3 passive stun, so I am free to do the full special 3 rotation here with no risk of Sassy just suddenly becoming stun immune and ruining everything. So overall, not exactly the way I planned to take this fight, but it worked out in the end, and eating the special 3 actually helped me out. Fight went down pretty quickly, though I'm sure if I played it a little bit better it would have been faster. But as we have seen this season, fight time isn't exactly that important. It's who dies more loses the war, so as long as I don't die, it's alright. Now next up we have a Sauron here on the EMP modifications, Prey on the Weak and personal space placebo nodes, and I am taking the fight with Silk. And now Silk isn't probably the first option that comes to mind when you're looking at this specific matchup and node. However, the game plan I'm using here actually works out quite well. Essentially, I just use an advanced power boost and a rush to my special 3 without allowing Sauron to throw a single special of their own, meaning he will never trigger those shocks on me from the EMP modifications node, and since I will never be baiting any specials, I don't have to worry about any of the root or daunted or any of that. Just get to my own special 3 and do the triple fury rotation, and this Sauron will die before he gets to do pretty much anything. Now I did get one of those passive bleeds on myself before I got my special 3 off, so I did end up taking some damage here, but overall the fight was very safe, and even if Sauron did happen to throw a special at some point before I got to my special 3, the auto evade is always there to help you out. Overall, I would say Silk is probably one of the safer options for that node, especially against Sauron and this tactic. Then next up we have a Domino on the Burden of Might and High Energy Diet miniboss node, and I will be taking this fight with Lady D. And this is a fight that I have taken many times in the past. Essentially, all I have to do is just hit Domino until she drops, full dexter specials, and that's all there is to it. Keeping up either the taunt or the heal block debuff up is, well, would be safer for this fight, but you don't really have to do either, since Domino specials are very easy to full dex. Still, having the power drain from the taunt as well as the safety net of the specials not being unblockable is good to have. It's not needed, so you can just do normal combos and just, well, at that point the only real risk here is the lucky passive that Domino gets. When she has the lucky passive, she has the chance to evade, and if she evades your double medium, for example, you will get punished before you can recover, which is very annoying, to say the least. Double mediums against evaders are just a big no-no in general. Now so far, this fight is going okay. I did mess up a dash back and I got caught and comboed, but that's alright. Though, if I got unlucky, I could have died right then and there. Domino has a chance to stun you on basic attacks if she lands a perfect roll on her critical rating and crit damage multipliers, so I could have potentially gotten stun locked to death right then and there. Lucky for me that didn't happen, but the fight is still not over, and yeah, I got comboed a second time trying to sidestep her double medium. I kinda forgot how short Lady D's first light attack is, and I got punished for it. Generally speaking though, sidestepping Domino is quite simple and safe. Just do make sure the champions you are using have the range to actually punish her, otherwise you can get caught like I did there. And just before ending the fight, I did get caught on yet another dashback. I'm not exactly sure why that keeps happening to me against Dominos, but it just does. So far though, it hasn't killed me yet, so I don't know, I guess I can't complain, but yeah, I really need to stop getting caught on those. It's only a matter of time until it costs me. Then next up here we have a Bullseye on the Stunning Affliction and Polka Dot Power miniboss node, and I am taking this fight with Nick Fury once again. In the previous war I said I would not want to take this fight again, but we couldn't really fit in another option, so here we are. I got kind of forced into taking this one, but well, I did it the last war, there is no reason I shouldn't be able to do it again. Essentially the game plan is to just chip him down as much as possible before I eventually get pushed down to my second life, and then I just gotta race him out, take him down before I eventually drop dead due to the degen, or the chip damage, or whatever else really. Now to start this fight off with, I did get stunned there due to me accidentally parrying him, which was not a great start, and I'm just about to get pushed to my second life already, and well, it's not how I planned for this fight to go. Then I ended up eating the Spectral 1 as well, since I didn't pay attention to the evade, and that really got the clock ticking. I'm very close to dying here. I went for a midfield intercept, landed it, and now I just gotta get in those combos ASAP before Bullseye throws a single special, otherwise I will die. So I go for a full combo ending on a light, followed by a striker to extend the combo, another light ending combo for another big bleed, and I did manage to melt him down before I dropped myself. I gotta say that was very sketchy. and that marks the final time I will ever take that specific matchup again. It is simply not safe, and it's only a matter of luck if I were to die to it or not. At least with Nick Fury in my hands, I would say. And then we have the final fight of this war, yet another Silk boss that I am taking with my own Silk. And, well, the game plan is the same as always: push her to her special 2, full exit, and repeat until she drops. If she throws the special 1, I have the W08 to save me, as we stay here, and that's about all there is to it. I've gone over this fight many times in the past, and basically everyone watching these videos has already seen me take this fight multiple times, so I'm not gonna go ahead and explain it any further. There is nothing more to say, so I will just let this fight play out. And there we have it, yet another Silk boss, yet another solo. Honestly, she's not a bad boss at all, and I'm a little bit ashamed I had so much trouble with her the previous season, but it is what it is. As for the results, we did end up winning this war 30-6, so not exactly a close war, and I am pretty happy with our performance this time around.